Hello everybody and welcome. I am the grounded Glasgow favorite. I am a Honda PokeTuber and I want to welcome you as the coach of the Low Land Nidoqueens for their battle of the Alola International Season 1. In the Week 3 match versus Red Rampage, and the teams you see right in front of you, we discussed them both on the video of yesterday, which was the team build video. It's also going to be on the screen and in the description below. And just for the people who didn't have time to watch it and just want to know what we're bringing, I'll just do a quick overview versus the team that we are playing against right now. So, we have a Scarf Rotom Heat, a Scarf Dragonite, Life Orb using Nidoqueen with Rock Slide. We have a Choleric Blissey with Ice Beam and Seismic Toss. We have Haste Blastoise, Mega Blastoise to be precise, and Life Orb Ambipom. At red side, he has Alola Muk, Sceptile, Necrozma, Charizard, Rhyperior, and Alakazam. So, looking at this team, I actually decided, looking at team preview, I actually decided straight up to go with Rotom Heat as my lead, as he is actually going to open up with his Muk right here. So, as you see right here, Red is going to challenge us to a battle, and he is going to open up with Bob, his Alola Muk. Seeing him open up with Muk doesn't really tell me anything, but I opened up with Rotom and I saw this the perfect opportunity to use Trick. To Trick Scarf the Surge Scarf onto the Muk, potentially. I didn't know he was going to swap, but I saw it as a golden opportunity. I actually was able to swap my items with the Muk, as he is going to click Knock Off and knock off my Piggy Berry right here. Which is going to do a tremendous amount because it was a critical hit and he knocks off the Piggy Berry. Right here I hope that we would outslow him potentially. But we didn't, so we actually outspeed him and do a good amount to him with Volt Switch, and I actually decided to swap out into my Nidoqueen right here to see what he's got, to take the knockoff and maybe do some damage in return. So he's going to knock off, and he is almost going to do half to us, which does a tremendous amount. And now he's actually going to swap it to his Necrozma, as I decide to click Earth Power and not take any risk because Alola Muk was a threat at this point, seeing that he was a bit physical offensive. So the Necrozma actually takes a crit to the face of the Earth Power, which actually does a good amount to him. And right here I actually decided to go into my Blastoise because I predicted him to actually go for Morning Sun if he had it, or a setup move. So we actually go straight up into Blastoise, as he is going to click Psycho Cut, which tells me that he isn't specially offensive because he was very afraid of the Blissey, as we talked about in the team builder. So he is going to get some leftovers recovery right here, as we are going to click the Mega Evolve button and Mega Evolve into Mega Blastoise. I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse. So, Mega Blastoise taking for the second week in the Alola International, taking his Mega Evolution stance right here and click Dark Pulse, which is going to do a crazy amount to the Necrozma. It's actually going to be a 2-hit KO, and he is actually going to Psycho Cut again. I don't understand really the play why. But he's going to get some leftovers recovery, and it's going to be around 35%, I assume. And right here is actually going to make a swap out, and he's going to withdraw for the Necrozma and go straight up into the Sceptile. So Sceptile is going to need to take a Dark Pulse straight up to the face, which is going to do a tremendous amount, which is going to do over half right here. And right here I decided to switch out my Blastoise and go to the Rotom to actually take a potential Leaf Storm. Or any grass type move for that matter, and he reveals right here that he is a physical offensive Sceptile with Leaf Blade. And when I saw this, I really knew that he was afraid of the Blissey, and he's probably then a set of Earthquake, Rock Slide, Sword Dance with Leaf Blade in my opinion. But even though he's physical offensive, I decided to go to my Blissey, and he is actually going to withdraw because he doesn't want to take any damage. So he's actually going to straight up switch out to the Necrozma. I'm going to try to save the Wish up here. I really didn't know what the Necrozma wanted to do. I think he just swapped it in to get maybe the potential of getting recovery with Morning Sun, if he had indeed had it, which I didn't figure out by this turn. And I swapped out to Blastoise once again to actually prevent it from setting up and whatnot, and we needed a bit of recovery. So he's going to click Morning Sun as I predicted, halfway, and he's going to regain his health almost back to full right here. As we are going to get the Wish from Blissey and be up straight full again. And right here is potentially going to be the War versus Blastoise versus the Necrozma right here. And I decided to go for the Dark Pulse, just to see how much it would do from full and to scout what set he possibly would be. As you do around 35-40% to the Necrozma, as he is going to click Toxic. So he's going to put Blasters on the timer right here, which I don't really mind, because we outspeed the Necrozma at first. And I don't really quite know what he's going to do right here. But I don't want to take any risks with Necrozma because Necrozma was a threat to my team. So I'm going to click Dark Pulse again, as he's going to switch it out straight up to the Alola Muck again. So since Alola Muck is specially defensive out of the ass crack, Dark Pulse is literally going to do 0. Well, it did more than I expected, but it did literally 0. And right here, I didn't want to take a risk. I go straight up to Nidoqueen again because I expected a Poison type move or whatnot. Maybe something like Venoshock because we were poisoned, I don't know. But he is actually going to click Knock Off again. Which is not going to do that much. Not as bad as the first time. But he's now actually going to swap into his Oatmeal, the Charizard. As I'm going to click Earth Power, so he predicted it very nicely right here. And right here I actually wanted to swap out. The reason is mostly because I didn't see a point in staying in to take a Fire Blast or whatnot. So I go straight up into Blissey, as he's going to misclick and forgot to click the Mega Evolve button and gets the Solar Beam. So he's forced to stay in right now to use the Solar Beam, and this is a free opportunity for Blissey to get actually a Wish off. So Solar Beam is not going to do anything pretty much, as Wish is going to come off and Charizard is still in. Right here I don't really fully know what he's probably going to swap into. I predict maybe something like Alola Muck or the Necrozma or whatnot. So my plan was to actually swap it to the Nidoqueen potentially to get the Wish off, because the Muck swap or whatnot was pretty obvious. But I didn't, because I didn't actually know what, because we were determined to actually wall the Charizard, and if he attacked we were recovered pretty much. But he actually decides to go to the Necrozma back again, and I see the same scenario happen, that if he swap out, he's actually going to go for the Morning Sun again. So he's going to click Morning Sun right here, as I'm going to stay in here as well, and I am going to click Wish again. The reason I clicked Wish is just because I needed some recovery on other mons, and I couldn't prevent him from actually recovering. Because if I go to Blastoise again, he's going to play Dead War again, and I wasn't really feeling that. So right here, I'm actually going to swap now, and I'll go straight up to Ambipom right here, hoping that we could take at least a move. As he's actually going to click Toxic and misses my Ambipom. So I let this Necrozma beam back at full after all that effort that Blastoise did, and the Wish was pretty much useless. So I decided to go for Fake Out to see what set he probably is, and it looks like he's indeed the physical defensive set. But Ambipom is just too strong with Technician, Life Orb, Stab, Fake Out. And right here, I actually didn't quite know what to do. I predicted a swap, but I was pretty scared of him hitting me. I predicted a swap to Charizard most likely, as he is going to switch out his Necrozma and goes right out to Rhyperior. So it's Rhyperior versus Blissey right now, and I decided to go to Blastoise because A, we can spin hazards away if he had hazards. B, if he wants to attack, we can tank it because we're physically defensive. And we have super effective moves against him. And he probably thinks that we have a water type move or whatnot. But we don't. We still have Aura Sphere. But right here, I don't want Rocks up at the field at all, because I know that Dragonite is going to be my win con later on. As now I'm going to click Rapid Spin, as he's going to switch straight up out into the Alola Muck again. So him swapping in the Alola Muck actually brings me to the mind game again of what am I going to do? Am I going to swap out into my Nidoqueen, or do I stay in or whatnot? And me not doing anything towards him and knowing he is scarfed, I think it's better to swap into Nidoqueen. But he clicks Pursuit right here, and it's going to do a crazy amount actually to Blastoise, which limited its use pretty much. So I have a free swap to Nidoqueen right here, which paid off in my favor. He's now going to switch out his Muck again and goes to Charizard, as we predict that, and go for the Rock Slide, because this is a play he did before, and I was like, he needs to do this again. So I think that he predicted an Earth Power again, but I predicted him to actually go with the Rock Slide, to go to the Charizard, so that's why I clicked Rock Slide. So right here he actually goes to do the Sceptile again, and I actually want to preserve Nidoqueen right here, because he still has the Alola Muck around. So actually going to go straight out into Blissey right here, as he's going to click a Leaf Blade, which is going to do a tremendous amount, because that health is going to drop like a fly. And it's pretty much over half. So right here I'm going to grab some Leftovers Recovery. And I didn't see a really opportunity for us to wish up again, and I didn't want to sack Blissey. So what I decided right here is to protect to gain a little bit of leftovers recovery. And after that, I already calced and I knew that potentially to do great damage, I would need to actually let something else faint. So I needed to take a little bit more life up a coil, so I'm actually going to sack the Nidoqueen right here, even though I wanted to preserve it, because Sceptile was just too much for me at this point to actually let Blissey take out, because I needed to clear it later on. So it's going to be in the red right now, so it's going to go Overgrow boosted. That's why the Leaf Blade did so much. And now I actually go to the Ambipom and go straight up for the Fake Out, because I knew it would KO him. And I just want to get some damage off onto other things as well if needed. So I go for the Fake Out as he's actually going to go into the Rhyperior. And right here he shows me that he's leftovers Rhyperior, and I thought, alright, this is going to be my chance. I either sack Ambipom right here or I go for the KO. So I click Grass Knot, and it looks like after the damage that Rocksteady is going to faint straight up. Rhyperior faints. He didn't even see the light of day. He only used Stealth Rocks, and Ambipom is taking that KO with him. So, right here is actually going to go into Alakazam's Alakazam, and I was pretty scared actually, but I wanted to preserve Ambipom because of the Fake Out, which can come in handy later. So I go out into Zaratan right here as the Blastoise to potentially get an Haze off or something. And right here I was pretty scared. He clicked Substitute, and I was like, oh lord, if he's going to be Substitute Calm Mind, I lost. Right at this point I thought I lost. I couldn't do anything. So, the score is still even, but he's going to click Energy Ball, which brings the score in his favor right again. So Energy Ball is going to take out Blastoise, and I was pretty much fine with it. Because I really wasn't sure what to do. So Saphira is going to take the field, and it's going to work the game for us at this point. That's what I needed her to do. I expected to outspeed her, outspeed the Alakazam, but apparently we messed up in getting the Dragonite, so we did have a wrong spread in speed apparently. So we didn't outspeed Alakazam, but we are able to break his substitute with Dragon Claw. And looking at the health we had and doing some calcs, I saw that I was still in multi-skill range. So Alakazam is going to switch out right here and is going to go into the Bishop, the Necrozma. And the Necrozma is not going to be able to take this Dragon Claw pretty well. He's actually going to take 50% from the health that he had. And after leftovers recovery, I was really scared of what the Necrozma could do. I predict that he probably has Power Jam in the back or something. And I was praying to the gods that Dragon Claw from Dragonite would KO right here. As it does, we got a high roll on that one and take out the Necrozma. So next Bob is going to come out, and this is the point where Red surprised me the most. We're going to click the Dragon Claw right here, and I expected it to KO as well. And if not, we could do without the following turn. But he pulls out a Stone Edge. Right here I thought if Dragonite faints, pop! Dragonite lives with 4 HP. So right here, I didn't want to be locked into Dragon Claw right now because I knew that the Alakazam outsped us. So I actually want to go safely into the Blissey to maybe actually scout for the moves and whatnot. Sorry. So I actually gain some leftovers recovery as he is actually going to swap his Muk out. Potentially it has Shadow Sneak or whatnot, I don't know. But they actually decided to switch out into his Alakazam right here. So with Blissey, I clicked Ice Beam just to get the KO, and actually I wanted to show it off. That's actually the thing. That's why I clicked it. And potentially the move that we could freeze him on and whatnot, I don't mind. But I just wanted to show it off that I had Ice Beam. So right here is actually going to click Hidden Power, which apparently is going to be Hidden Power Fighting, which I think is a bit odd. But it does the good amount of damage that it would KO me next turn, and I want to do as much damage as possible to Alakazam. I actually want to sack my Blissey right here to the Alakazam so that my Dragonite has a free swap. So Alakazam actually is going to click the Hidden Power right here as well. Which means Blissey is going to faint after he did such a great job already. So Blissey is going to faint. And now I actually see the point of Saphira coming in and picking up some KOs. So with 4 HP we come in. And we're actually going to click Extreme Speed right here as he is going to switch out into his Muk again. I don't know why he did that. To sack it, I understand that, but I don't understand why he would swap out. So Muk is going to faint to the Extreme Speed, and right here you're going to watch how Dragonite is going to clean up the game. I was really afraid for some reason that he would probably have Quick Attack or whatnot, but it wouldn't outspeed my Extreme Speed, so that's a plus. So Sceptile is going to faint right here, and Spool is going to come out as his last one and actually also going to be KO'd by an extreme speed right here. So, Saphira taking the game as I expected in the team builder as the job, what was her job to do to actually clean up right here. So that was actually going to be the game right here. GG to Red. We won that game 2-0, which means your Low Land Nidoqueens are currently going to be 3-0 at this time of the video. And your Low Land Nidoqueens are super proud of it. And I want to thank Red also for participating in this match as well. This match was very hard, and I want to thank you all so much for watching to this video. I'm the coach of your Low Land Nidoqueens. I thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video, whatever I'm going to make. Thank you so much, and bye!